Be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny, it'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I love it all. And you wrote most of it, you said.
I can't take credit. In true Donald Trump fashion, the man puts his pen to the paper himself. So it's a lot of his own work.
Welcome to WWE, guys. I introduce to you Donald Trump, the new wrestler, the new person founded for wrestling. Yeah, guys, this is ridiculous. Apparently, Donald Trump had an assassination attempt on his life yesterday, but the whole internet notice was staged. Let's get into this. Right, so pay attention, guys. You will see as this guy pulls the card out, it's action time, it's go time. Have a look carefully. Let's continue. Now this guy here, he's still eating his dinner because he knows it's fake and it's staged. He doesn't care. If you ask me, this doesn't seem like an assassination attempt. Nobody even cares. This is ridiculous and it's embarrassing.
I'm sorry, but none of this seems real. Like, at all. You've probably heard by now, a suspect armed with knives and guns tried to storm the White House correspondents' dinner tonight. The guy's name was Cole Allen, and he was very quickly neutralized by security. But then people online started to do a little bit of noticing. Pause to read. Yeah, I don't know about you, but it's starting to look like one big show, beginning with what Caroline Levitt said right before the start of the event.
It'll be funny, it'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room.
This, by the way, is Trump's first time attending the White House Correspondents' Dinner as president, and CNN ran this article a few hours before saying to expect the unexpected. Within an hour of the incident, Trump tweets out a video of the shooter running through the event. Even though still, for some reason, we can't get any moving pictures of Tyler Robinson. Then it turns out the shooter, Cole Allen, worked at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Very interesting timing given all the UFO stories, so cue the conspiracy theorists on this one. And then there were the reactions, starting with Erica Kirk being Erica Kirk. I just want to go find you. I have to say, she looks very upset here, like way more upset than when her husband... Blech. Then we got Dana White just loving this whole thing.
It started getting noisy. Tables getting flipped over, guys running in with guns, and they were screaming, "Get down!" I didn't get down. It was fucking awesome. I literally took every minute of it in, and it was a pretty crazy, unique experience.
Totally normal reaction to what is supposedly a presidential assassination attempt. But the most ridiculous thing has to be maybe this coordinated influencer campaign saying this is why Trump needs a new ballroom.
I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it.
We officially live in the dumbest timeline ever.
100% correct. This is ridiculous, and it just proves that Trump and his administration, they need to get some better PR. Because if they thought this was going to work, they had another thing coming. Let's have a look at this one more time and look at the angles, guys. Just pay attention. Now you're looking at a WWE event, WrestleMania, and Trump, just give it up. Because your last assassination, people are saying that was staged, and there's a lot of questions to be asked, but you thought you could do it again? Oh no, this one, it didn't work. And guys, on CNN, a report that was there basically was about to allude to saying that she thinks it might be staged, and they cut her mic. Yeah, we're living in the craziest times ever. Have a look at this.
I want to just quickly tell you, I was sitting next to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me, and right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened, and then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV, you did a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some...
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there. And this happens, by the way, especially when you have so many people attempting to utilize the same cell service at the same time.
Now, how stupid do they think we are, guys? It's actually disrespectful that they think the average public is this stupid. Because this is worse than WWE. I'd rather watch WWE if I'm being honest. They're a bit better at acting, And the one and only Mrs. Erica Kirk. You just need to go home with your children and have some rest. Stop going to all these events because you just look like you're faking it the most. Here's a video of Miss Erica Kirk leaving the venue. I just want to go home. You just want to go home? Well, go home then, Erica Kirk, and stop coming to all these events. Since your husband's died, all you've been doing is going to different events. Go home, take some time with your kids. I just want to go home. Yeah, and I haven't seen her cry like that since her husband died. If you ask me, she hasn't been this tearful yet. So forget the acting, Erica. And as for you, Trump, you need some lessons. You need some acting lessons because it did not go down well.
Security? This dude walked through the fucking front door with a gun. There was zero security. You cannot tell me this wasn't a fucking stage job. Check this video out.
How did somebody get a gun into the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Honestly, as somebody who went, there was no security. You just showed your ticket and you were able to completely get in. There was just no pat downs, no metal detectors, nothing going on. So really horrible setup. And I just don't even understand how that was a thing when the United States president was going to speak, who has already had assassination attempts on his life. So really crazy.
Yeah, it is really crazy, and this is what they're claiming. The White House Correspondents' Dinner shooter was armed with a shotgun, handgun, and multiple knives, according to D.C. Police Chief Jeffrey Carroll. The shooter was identified as 31-year-old teacher Cole Allen from Torrance, California. The suspect emerged from a makeshift room near the entrance where there was no security near where the bar carts were stored, according to the New York Post. He was in that room, he grabbed it out of a bag or something. The weapon was long and didn't look like a typical gun. A witness who was a volunteer at the event told the Post it is reportedly believed that Allen was a guest at the Hilton Hotel where the dinner took place. Now have a look at this angle. J.D. Vance, what a disgrace. For making Trump get you involved in this big scheme, you need some acting skills as well, mate. Now, Trump, you need to stop all this acting, dropping on the floor, because you're too old for this. Mind you break your knee. We can all see you're declining in health, so I don't think this is a good move for you. Now, apparently, the shooter worked for Israel Defense Forces. Yeah, look at this picture of him, guys. He's wearing a jumper that clearly states Israel Defense Forces. So whenever Israel's involved, know there's something up. And this is definitely staged. WrestleMania. And to make things even worse, they continued their event. Now, if it was a raw assassination, there would be no continuation of the event. The event would be cancelled, but they just continued on.
We have an announcement. I know everyone's going to want as many details as possible, and right now we don't have that, but I can tell you that our program is going to resume momentarily. And We will have more details to share also momentarily, but for now, please just be patient as we figure out just how much time it will be, but it shouldn't be that much longer. Thank you very much. Thank you.
President Trump, there's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this, where they got them. But the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people. Just take a look at the names there, the big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but I've done a lot. We've done a lot. We've taken this country, and we were a laughing stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
You're not the hottest country in the world, Trump, so just shut up and stop talking. This is delusion and you got dementia. Now you can see in this statement, he's trying to, set the stage for making himself seem important. And knowing Trump, he would stage an assassination to try and make people think he's still important. No one cares about you, so keep doing these fake assassination attempts. But be careful, because while you're doing it, it looks like you could break your knee. You're too old for getting on the floor and getting up. You're sleeping in meetings. You're doing everything wrong, Trump. Just give it up.